Welcome to the Chevy MLB pregame show on Fox. Chevy, an American revolution.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the south side of Chicago, where they love their Sox. Tonight, it's Game 1 of the American League Championship Series as they take on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. It is the ALCS. We could see some National League-style ball. It could be a small ball series in this ALCS.
The big boys are gone.
To the right side, Erstad a diving stop. The flip, the Angels are going to the ALCS.
And now in the American League Championship, two teams tangle in a National League style of small ball. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Chicago White Sox play the game the way it ought to be. Create, hustle, pitch, and defend. Where the difference lies is in the weight. The Angels wore the crown just 3 years ago, but the White Sox have carried their own curse all the way from 1917. And on the south side, it's gotta be their year. Last year's cursed Sox finally sidestepped the Bambino. So in 2005, will Shoeless Joe finally find his redemption? Game 1 of the ALCS is next on Fox.
Jeannie's Alaska along with Kevin Kennedy. The White Sox have been idle since clinching Friday night, but when you are 88 years in between championships, what's a few more days? Of course, in that span, the Angels have logged 4,800 miles, Kevin. 3 cities, 3 games, 3 time zones. Oh, yeah, rain out.
New York, California, Chicago, getting in at 3:15 a.m., probably getting to sleep at maybe about 5:30, maybe 6. Maybe guys didn't sleep at all with all the energy they've had the last couple of days and beating the New York Yankees in 5 games, a very tough series. But you know what? It could play to the Angels' advantage because the energy is right there. You know, they didn't get much rest. And the White Sox maybe got a little bit too much rest. Who knows? We don't really know how it's going to end up because the White Sox have been off. And Ozzie Guillen even had a simulated game for some of his hitters just to keep in the flow, getting some live hitting off of live pitching.
And as Darren Erstad said, you know, you knock off a team with over a $200 million payroll, you're pretty jazzed about going into the next series. We will see. And we have seen Ozzie Guillen, the player, Ozzie the manager, Ozzie the mouth. How about Ozzie the Peacemaker inviting the entire free world to help pull up his socks, including the good citizens of Chicago? Ozzie knows there's a rivalry between the Cubs and the Sox, but this is one city, he says. Oh, the leader of the White Sox nation is just getting started.
This team with the guys want to play for you. I think, I don't say the guys in the past, they don't want to play for us, but it was a different ball club. We have better, I think we have better players my first year here. And we have now, but I think we had better team players. Now we got them.
We talked to Ozzie in spring training about the design of his club. He really wanted more speed in that lineup. He traded Carlos Lee. They got Scott Pasegnik, and the rest was pretty much history. He didn't want to wait for the 3-run home run to win a game. Both managers managed National League style in the American League. We saw that with the Angels over the weekend.
Yeah, we are talking about the American League Championship Series.
Yes? We are,
okay.
Jeannie. Well, here's the pitching you got right now. Lackey's turned in with an ace. Santana's emerged from the minor leagues for the Angels. Contreras finally established himself in Chicago, not New York. El Duque helped him, no question. Another pitching coach along with Don Cooper. The defense, both of them are outstanding. The Angels finished 3rd, the White Sox 4th in the American League. Defensive catching, Molina throwing out about 45% of the runners. And what about the guy Jermaine Dye that's resurrected his career in Chicago? Can they play small ball? That's Vladimir Guerrero ducking one in. But it's the base running of the Angels going 1st to 3rd better than any club in Major League Baseball. You saw that last night. How about Steve Finley squeezing with the bases loaded? Not having a great offensive year. Mike Scioscia will do anything at any time. So will Ozzie Guillen. Both these guys have done it already in the postseason. So they'll find any way to try to beat you. Scott Pasegnik, 59 stolen bases. Second only to guess what? Chone Figgins leading off for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, 62 stolen bases. So a variety of ways to beat you. One advantage the White Sox have, more power, 1 through 9. No question about 8 guys in double figures in home runs. But the Angels are the best club in Major League Baseball, hitting with runners in scoring position and also runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Clutch hitting of the Angels versus maybe some of those long balls of the White Sox that may come up late in the game. We'll find out.
Still doesn't roll off the tongue. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. We're working on it. Still ahead, the Angels took care of the city that never sleeps. Now they hope to use that same philosophy to grab a victory. No Z's, no sympathy at 35th and Beck. Not for the fans who claim to fame or shame. It's Shoeless Joe and Disco Demolition.
It's every kid's dream to win a World Series. You can't get ready for this, you don't belong here. It's time for Game 1.
You should know there's been another Carver victim.
Nip Tuck. All new this week, only on FX. You're watching Fox Sports, broadcasting in HD and presented by DirecTV.
Wouldn't it be nice to see the cost of gas go down for a change? Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any car company in America. Drive the leader. Drive a Honda.
Hi, I'm Alicia Silverstone. Buy products that come in 100% recycled boxes to help save the planet.
I'm Anthony Pratt from Pratt Industries. We make 100% recycled boxes because we want to be the greatest boxers of all time.
You mean the second greatest?
Pratt Industries, harvesting the urban forest for better packaging solutions.
Pretty tough.
Now, at your local Ford store, drive away in a new Ford for absolutely nothing. 0 interest for 60 months, 0 down payment, 0 payments till next year. Plus, 0 maintenance costs for 2 years. You even pay 0 for gas till the end of the year. Think of it. Drive away a 2005 Ford 500, Freestyle, F-150, or Ranger for nothing. You don't even pay for gas. Now that's something. Hurry, get nothing only for a limited time at your local Ford store.
Say cheese, what's with the braces on this groundhog? The story after the game.
One wicked witch.
I'm turning you into your costumes.
One stupid idiot.
Well, are you going to talk about it or are you going to do it?
Put a spell on you. One hellish night. The wait is almost over, so don't be late for the thrilling, chilling event of the year.
I'll call work and tell him he can't make it.
Woo! Suckers.
The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. All new Sunday, November 6th. Only on Fox.
This week, Fox NFL Sunday talks with Eli and Plax about what's made them an unstoppable combo. Then, the first-place Giants take on Bledsoe and the Cowboys. Fox NFL Sunday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, this week in HD.
Welcome back to the Chevy MLB pregame show on Fox. Chevy, an American revolution.
Now, these White Sox are used to playing the role of underdog. The last thing they want is for any player to start believing the hype. So is there a legitimate reason why the Sox shouldn't be favored? General Manager Ken Williams admitted he is going to need to think of some to make sure they're not the favorite. How about franchise futility and lots of frivolity spanning over 100 years of existence?
The year was 1919 when the White Sox turned black. Say it ain't so, Joe. But since then, some may consider these events of this storied White Sox franchise even more scandalous. In 1959, the Go-Go Sox made it to the World Series, lost in 6 to the Dodgers. Outrageous owner Bill Beck, always the marketing genius, thought an exploding scoreboard would blast the Sox to the top. If not, there was always the grounds crew from Mars. Then came the 70s, shorts, showgirls, showers, and haircuts in the outfield. And of course, who can forget Disco Demolition? So what about this year's White Sox? Can Ozzy's crew finally give the South Side with all those gimmicks couldn't? Well, they're going to win or die trying.
The Sox finally won a World Series last year. The Red Sox, that is. First time since 1918. When you think about it, and you really don't, Jeannie, 1917, it was the White Sox last time they won the World Series. Different White Sox ball club, designed by Kenny Williams and Ozzie Guillen. And if anybody's wacky, it's their colorful manager. He gets the guys to play for him, and I say that in a positive way.
And, of course, the long-suffering Angels, 2 years in between championships. They'll say they're different, too. This guy wasn't there.
3 days rest for Paul Byrd. He pitched Friday night at Yankee Stadium. Will change speeds, won't affect his fastball. He's not a power guy. Good changeup, good curve. And he's pitched well at U.S. Cellular Field, 3-0 in his career with a 2.82 ERA. Contreras has established himself as an ace the final couple of months of this season. Outstanding fastball, great split. The difference, El Duque helped him. And Don Cooper, the pitching coach, said, hey, get away from throwing that 3-1 split all the time. Trust that 97 fastball. Get ahead of the count. Strike one, strike two, and then put him away with the split. And that's why Contreras has been dominant, something he didn't do as a New York Yankee.
Speaking of dominating, the Angels do pretty well in Chicago.
Yes, they do. I mean, they've got 4 wins there against the White Sox, runs per game 8. But let's face it, Jeannie, you know, look at the ERA and all the numbers. It doesn't really matter in the postseason. You throw it out the window. The biggest reason, they've lost Bartolo Colon. So it's going to be Irvin Santana to have to step up once again. Now, he's going to be in that rotation. It's going to be all the extra guys. Washburn's going to have to get a big start tomorrow if he's healthy after that strep throat. So that's the problem the Angels have right now.
Colon off the roster, but taking some BP at shortstop today. But can they win this series without Bartolo Colon?
You know what? Everything says the White Sox should win this in about 5 or 6 games. I have a feeling on the Angels. I'm going to pick the Angels, even without Bartolo Colon.
All right, time to get you out to the ball game. Do we have to explain to the kids what a record is? For disco demolition? All right.
Yeah, we might.
We'll answer the age-old question. What's more powerful, jet lag or adrenaline? Up next, the Chevy pregame show will take you live to Chicago for Game 1 of the American League Championship Series.
And you know I ain't gonna let it stop me now.
I didn't kill that man, Michael. I was set up.
Why you want to see Bro so bad anyhow? Because he's my brother. I'm getting you out of here.
It's impossible. Just have a little faith. You've seen the blueprints.
It's better than that. I've got him on me.
Why would somebody want to set you up?
No, please! Where are you taking me?
I can't watch him die. I won't do that.
Getting through this wall is just the beginning.
Prison Break returns with a special 2-hour event Monday, October 24th on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
The test revealed the problem. His white count keeps falling.
Patient's lung function's declining rapidly.
Surgery is extremely risky.
This is a 1,000,000 to 1 shot.
If we do nothing, she's dead in a day.
What's happening to my son?
The truth is, I have no idea. Get the crash guard. He's having a cardiac arrest. I'm not gonna kiss you, no matter what you say.
It'll make you feel good.
I got pills for that.
House returns with new episodes Tuesday, November 1st on Fox. Viewer discretion advised. In 1979, the Steelers win the Super Bowl. In 1979, My Sharona hits #1. My Sharona. But what's the biggest event of 1979?
If you were feeling blue, I would have made you a martini.
Kitty gets busted.
What's so funny? Is it the big head thing?
That 70s Show, the 1-hour season premiere, Wednesday, November 2nd on Fox.
That's what they're calling it around here, Soxtober. It's a new word. Get used to it. White Sox. The White Sox are ready to go. Do you have your tickets? You don't need them. You're watching on television. It's the ALCS. It's Game 1. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim against the Chicago White Sox. And now welcome to our broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. 2 guys will join me in just a second. I'm the Angels. I'm thinking we started down here on the map, and then we went up here. And then it rained, and then we went back down here. And now we're here in the middle of the country getting ready to take on the White Sox. And Tim McCarver, you said on our broadcast last night, if I'm the White Sox, I'm at home watching this game, loving the fact that these two teams are beating up on each other.
Absolutely. The White Sox are rested, but more importantly, they are a very good baseball team. What are they all about? They're about power, defense, but their most important category, starting pitching, and they are starting the red-hot José Contreras, the hottest pitcher in the second half of baseball this year for tonight's game.
He is on the mound for the White Sox, and to my left, we welcome in a new partner. That's what he looked like in green. Tampa Bay Devil Ray green. That was his last job in the major leagues. A three-time World Series champion, Lou Piniella. Thanks for being here with us. And I'll ask you, everybody believes that the Angels are going to come in here flat. Do you believe that?
No, I don't, Joe. The Angels are a very good baseball team. They play good defense. They have good team speed. They have excellent pitching. Their starting pitching is in a little bit of disarray right now, but their bullpen is deep and talented. They'll be able to make up for it. Also, we talk about them being fatigued. I like to talk about the fact that they've got a lot of adrenaline coming in here. They beat the Yankees in an exciting playoff. They'll be ready to play tonight.
That's Lou. That's Tim. I'm Joe. Chicago White Sox. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Game 1, ALCS. Yours next on Fox.
Systems with Intel Pentium D processors and a 19-inch flat panel start at $1099. XPS, the ultimate Dell PC.
Cool.
What's the coolest way for people on the move to pay for gas and convenience items? Speed Pass.
Cool. Really cool.
How do we know? We're drivers too. Link Speed Pass to a credit or check card you already use, and you can make one of the cool moves Ryan Newman does.
Steven! I was just hungry.
Mother's dinner not good enough for you?
Sorry. Oh, you're darn right you're sorry.
Everyone wants the new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich, zesty marinara, melted cheese, only at Subway restaurants.
There are 206 bones in the human body.
Blood trauma to the skull.
For Dr. Temperance Brennan,
She wasn't killed where she was found.
any one of them can help solve a murder.
We don't just have a killer on our hands. We have a cannibal.
The new hit Bones returns Tuesday, November 1st on Fox.
The League Championship Series on Fox is sponsored by Speed Pass. Use it at Exxon and Mobil. It's the coolest way to pay. By Pepsi, it's the cola. By the new Dell Plasma TV. It's no ordinary TV, it's a Dell. And by Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh. It is 59 degrees here in Chicago. I just sit back and soak it all in. It's the ALCS. And this Angels batting order, they just finished shampooing the champagne out of their hair. It's Chone Figgins leading off. Cabrera. The DH is Guerrero with Anderson, Molina, Erstad. Rivera is in right. Steve Finley and Adam Kennedy is batting in the 9th spot. And José Contreras, as Tim said, maybe the hottest pitcher in the game right now. A 15-game winner, and finally realizing the potential that all those scouts saw after his defection from Cuba. He's got great stuff. Terrific fastball. A wonderful splitter, and it's that combination. has put him at the top of this rotation. That's low. And Figgins evens the count at a ball and a strike.
You put that great equipment and great stuff, and Ozzie Guillen certainly knows that with the world of confidence that Contreras is pitching with right now, and you've got the type of pitcher he's been since the middle of August.
Well, you're right, Timmy. You like to give the ball to your hot pitcher, and certainly Contreras has been very, very hot. He pitched very well against the Red Sox, and he pitched very well the second half of the season.
That ball was just fouled down the right side, and Figgins is now in the hole 1-2. One key to success for the Yankees in the division series, if they did anything against this lineup in the 2 wins that they had, was keeping Figgins off the bases. He didn't do much in the division series, but the Angels made up for that. That stays upstairs, and the count evens at 2-2. Figgins just 3 out of 21 against New York, and did not steal a base during the regular season. Led the major leagues with 62. That's a splitter.
This is Scooter. When I'm a split finger fastball, I come in just like a straight fastball, but dive down real low, and the batter swings right over me. Some people call this a forkball. Hey, that reminds me, I'm hungry.
What's the difference between a forkball and a splitter? A forkball is choked more, and Contreras throwing more of a forkball than a splitter.
And Timmy, I think one of the secrets to hitting Contreras is not to get in a 2-strike count. That pitch is awfully tough to hit. You want to hit his fastball early in the count if you possibly can.
Orlando Cabrera steps in, takes a strike. You see, Lou, the way we roll here on Fox. Scooter telling us about the split-fingered pitch.
I love it.
Our animated way to show you, and we gave you the live version with Contreras just having one fall off the table to Figgins, and now, as Lou said, you don't want to get into a 2-strike count, and here is Cabrera backed up at 0-2. White Sox are rested, itching to go. The Angels took their flight in from Southern California and got to the hotel at 6:15 this morning. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's the grip of Contreras' forkball, and to keep his fingers spread out, he warms up with a softball. That's almost twice as big as a baseball, and that was the forkball that on which he got Figgins.
Little pop up, Canerco 2 out.
It's a good way, Timmy, to spread your fingers out and get that baseball very comfortable in your hand.
So Contreras has a strikeout, basically an off-balance check swing pop-up. And here is the DH, Vladimir Guerrero, and just because of the wear and tear that the bodies of these Angels have been going through with the cross-country flights and getting worn down, Mike Scioscia has Guerrero as the DH, and Rivera is the starter in right field tonight. With 2 out, nobody on. Ball 1.
You know, as successful as the split finger forkball type pitches are, I'm surprised that not more pitchers at the big league level don't use them.
What's it going to be on 1-0? 1 ball, 1 strike. It's kind of the in pitch for a while with Roger Craig teaching all those San Francisco Giants, and it started to spread around baseball.
They had a few injuries, and for whatever reason, a lot of pitchers have gone away from it, but boy, it's a good pitch. I had Norm Charlton over there in my bullpen at Cincinnati and Seattle, and when his split finger was working, he was unhittable.
That was it.
Just saw one.
That was it right there. You could see the split and the downward motion, and Guerrero may see that pitch again. Wicked.
Hard hit into the hole. Uribe, long throw. What a play! Fast start for the White Sox. Down go the Angels. 1, 2, 3.
2 outs in the inning, and there. Strike two on the bomber. What an epic battle we're witnessing. He digs back in. No, wait. What's he doing? The bomber is calling his shot.
I'm all over that.
He's pointing beyond the outfield fence.
Yeah, buddy.
Are we witnessing history? And there it goes!
Bud Light. Great taste. Great times.
What drives a man to such greatness?
Bud Light, Bud Light, Bud Light. Ooh, and a hot dog.
Introducing the mid-size Nissan Frontier. Mid-size truck, full-size hardware, goodbye compact.
Hey, batter. Hey, batter.
First base, $58. Second base, 630 pesos. Third base, 300,000 yen. Home, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Fan of the game, wherever there's a game.
Is it true you do more brakes than anyone?
Absolutely. Is something burning?
Oh, those are Fred's old brakes.
Come to the experts in brakes and maintenance. The Midas Touch Maintenance Package. An oil change, tire rotation, and multi-point courtesy check, including brake check for just $29.95.
Trust the Midas Touch.
Still going. Energizer keeps going and going.
The League Championship Series on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. Smooth and refreshing Bud Light. Great taste for your great times. We welcome you back to Chicago, the home of the White Sox. Baseball fans, grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time. Contreras and his shortstop, Juan Uribe, were ready in the top of the first, and now it's Paul Byrd, the right-hander, taking on this lineup for the White Sox. But Sednick will lead it off, then Iguchi, the second baseman, Dye in right. Konerko, Everett, the DH, Aaron Rowand in center, had a great division series. Pierzynski, Crede, and Juan Uribe at the bottom of the order. You can make the mistake and say, well, these are similar teams, because they have a National League style approach. They get on, they steal bases, and they do. But the White Sox have some pop in this lineup, top to bottom. No one guy that hits 60, but they spread their home runs throughout their lineup, and they are dangerous as the count evens at a ball and a strike on Put Sednick.
And that's exactly what Ozzie Guillen was talking to us about prior to the game starting. He'd rather have 5 or 6 guys that could hit 20-plus home runs as opposed to one guy that can hit 40 or 50.
1 ball, 1 strike. Iguchi will follow, and Put Sednick trying to dump one into left, and Cabrera is out to get it. Take a look at the defense and see how the Angels cover the field. It's brought to you by State Farm. You know, Cabrera is the shortstop. He's developed into a good October player. Anderson is in left, Finley in center, and Rivera's in right. So the White Sox don't have to worry about that cannon of an arm for Vladimir Guerrero. Figgins, Cabrera, Kennedy, and Erstad on the infield. Benji Molina is catching Paul Byrd, who won 12 games in his first year with the Angels. He hits the inside corner to Iguchi for strike 1. Tadahito Iguchi with that huge home run against the Boston Red Sox in game 2.
Yeah, David Wells tried to double up on him with a slow curveball, and he hit it for that 3-run homer into the bullpen.
1-1.
Iguchi played with the Fukuoka Hawks in Japan for 4 years before coming to the White Sox. He's a rookie. What an entertaining managers meeting it was with Ozzie Guillen.
Erstad, nice play.
Saying that Iguchi sent him a video, a 2-minute video. He had never seen him play. And he said on that video, he was the greatest player he's ever seen. One home run after another.
Yeah. In fact, he said that he could be a good 5th or 6th hitter at the major league level. They just need him in the second hole.
A guy who could hit 25 to 30 home runs someday.
Exactly.
He hit 15 in his rookie year, and with 2 out, nobody on, Jermaine Dye steps in. Dye hit 31 home runs in his first year with the White Sox. We first saw him with Atlanta. Shoots one to right, and Rivera is there. Paul Byrd has an efficient first inning. Nice start for the Angels right-hander. Second inning in Chicago, no score.
I promise.
I promise.
Chevy promises to keep building most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
I promise to deliver 9 models that start under 20 grand.
I promise fuel economy is just as important to Chevy as it is to you.
Chevy, the #1 selling cars, trucks, and SUVs in America.
I promise that we've lowered prices,
added features,
or redesigned 19 models. I promise to remind you why you got your license in the first place.
That's a Chevy total value promise.
The official bank of Little League Baseball. The official bank of Minor League Baseball. The official bank of Major League Baseball. Bank of America, the official bank of baseball.
Now on DVD. Jet Li is Unleashed, unrated. Own it on DVD today.
Can I take your order, please? Hello? Anyone there?
Life is full of choices. But when it comes to antifreeze, there's really only one. Get Prestone in the yellow jug. It's good for all make and model cars, mixes with any color antifreeze. It's one less decision to make.
Cash or credit?
Prestone Protection. Easy to choose, easy to use.
Okay, we've got a break in the action.
Oh, good. I can play the Grand Slam quiz.
You like these, don't you?
Yeah, as long as there's no math.
Not likely. Okay, who insures more drivers than the other 3 companies combined?
Well, the biggest one.
I think they're looking for something a bit more specific.
Okay, not that one. Definitely not that one. Or that one. No, I'm going to go with State Farm.
Gee, Bob, how'd you know?
Oh, it's a no-brainer.
Your specialty.
Well, thank you.
Clean up on aisle 3.
House is TV's unlikeliest new hero.
Can't we just agree that you're incredibly annoying?
He's medicine's most brilliant mind.
Get the crash guard. He's having a cardiac arrest.
And the hospital's toughest case.
Are you being intentionally dense?
Huh?
House returns with all new episodes Tuesday, November 1st on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
The White Sox represent the common man. It's old school and new school, and we bring it all together, and we make the 2005 White Sox the best team in the league.
Oh, there's a celebration at the plate.
I live for this.
Watch the World Series on Fox. Don't miss it.
It is the second inning as the White Sox are trying to win their first pennant since 1959 when they lost in the World Series in 6 games to the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Angels won it all way back in 2002. And here they are after getting past the Yankees last night, celebrating and then leaving, and as we said, landing here and getting to the hotel this morning and somehow trying to file into that batter's box, sent there by Mike Scioscia, ready to go and hit a tough, nasty pitcher in José Contreras. 2-0 is the count. Anderson rips one into right field. That is a blast and a good start for the Angels. His 3rd home run of the postseason. He went deep last night off Messina, and he takes Contreras out to start the second here in game 1.
Lou, that's what you were talking about. Get Contreras in a fastball situation, and Anderson got his fastball and didn't miss it.
Didn't miss it is right. That ball jumped off the bat, sailed into those right field stands. Anderson is a dangerous hitter. You've got to pitch him very carefully, and that down and in pitch, boy, he can hit it.
Same spot that he hit the home run last night off Messina, which at the time made it a 2-1 game. in the second inning. Eventually, the Angels took the lead for good later that frame.
Basically the same pitch he'd off Randy Johnson.
Here's a chop to the shortstop, and Molina doesn't get out of the box. One away.
2-0 count. He knows he's getting the fastball. He's looking inside. He got it down and in. Boom. 1-0 Angels.
That's what you're supposed to do with a pitch down and in, Timmy. That's what you did when you played.
Yeah, what else are you going to do with it, right?
Exactly.
Foul it off your foot. So 1 in, 1 out, nobody on, and Darren Erstad steps in. And he chops one to the right side. Up there ready to hack, and Canerco takes it. 2 outs. Let's take a look at how the White Sox cover the field. It's brought to you by State Farm. The White Sox with Podsednik out in left. Rowan, who Ozzie Guillen believes should win a Gold Glove in center. Jermaine Dye in right with Crede at third. Uribe at short. Iguchi at second. Canerco's made a couple of plays at first, and Pierzynski is doing the catching for Contreras. 2 out, and here is Juan Rivera, one of the unsung heroes in that series against the Yankees. You know, you come into that series, guys, and you think about Alex Rodríguez, and you think about Hideki Matsui and Sheffield and all the potential in that Yankee lineup. And then you think about the Angels, and you think about Figgins getting on and stealing bases, and Vladimir Guerrero driving guys in. And really up and down that list, they didn't get it done.
None of that happened.
The Angels found a way to get past New York, and the Yankees are at home watching. Anderson goes deep. 1-0 Angels. Bottom of the second rolls in here in Chicago.
Dad.
Hey, buddy.
Could you read me a story? Football.
That's okay. I can freeze time.
Whoa.
The DirecTV DVR, the most magical thing that ever happened to TV. Finally, an easy-to-use DVR that gives you the power to pause and rewind live TV, so you'll never miss a second of what's important to you.
Somebody up there loves you. DirecTV.
Sign up and get a DirecTV DVR free. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Ford product engineers work hard. Anybody can see that. Since they need to be with the cars, we took out their desk phones and extended their workplace with Sprint Business. It's helping us shorten the time from concept to showroom. And it's easy to reach them. Dan?
Dan's gonna have to call you back.
By saying yes to working from anywhere, we're building more new products faster.
With Sprint Business, you can make just about any place a workplace. Yes, you can.
Outperforms Gillette M3 Power Nitro. Push the button and feel the boost in performance. Gillette's battery-powered motor sends micropulses to the patented Power Glide blades. Get unsurpassed comfort and the world's best shave. M3 Power blows away the competition. You'll be blown away, or Gillette will give you your money back, guaranteed. Try Gillette M3 Power, the world's best shave, or your money back.
Little brother, first bowl, always Alfredo. Meat sauce. Alfredo!
Hey, 5 cheese marinara.
Where'd you see that?
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl with new 5 cheese marinara. Pick any sauce and pasta combination, then another. Just $7.95. Have all you want.
2-0 fastball from the guy on the left. Hit into the seats in right by the guy on the right. Garret Anderson's home run, 1-0. The Angels on top. Bottom to second, and a ball low and away to Paul Canerco, who hit 40 home runs this season. He has 2 in the postseason. He is a free agent to be, and with every big swing that he makes this October, he is ringing the cash register. Right down the middle, 1 ball, 1 strike.
One of the teams talked about that Paul may end up, the Los Angeles Angels. They have made it clear that they are going after power this year. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Mike Piazza in an Angels uniform next year.
They could use some power. Their team is built more on speed, and certainly Earl Weaver had a lot of success at Baltimore with that 3-run homer from time to time.
3-run home run.
But really, it pointed out the big difference in the series that we did and was just finished last night. Guerrero grounds to the left side. Figgins, a nice pickup to his left. With 1 out, let's go down to Chris Myers. Chris.
Hey, Joe. Mike Scioscia, of course, talked about the adrenaline rush that carried his team to victory in Game 5 against the Yankees. Continuing tonight, they're worried about fatigue later in the game. The Angels making history, the first team in postseason history to play 3 consecutive games in 3 different cities, from New York to Anaheim, here to Chicago. One player told me that they didn't celebrate with champagne. They loaded up on caffeine. And when I asked Ozzie Guillen if he could take advantage of the Angels being tired, he said, I don't think so, because the Angels, like the White Sox, are a team built to play in November.
Thanks, Chris. Everett grounds to the right side, and Kennedy to his left makes the play. 2 up, 2 down here in the second.
Byrd's doing a nice job here of getting early count-outs. It's important for a pitcher like Byrd to do that. It'll keep him stronger as the game progresses. And this is a little different lineup than he faced with the Yankees. Yankees had 6 left-hand hitters. The White Sox only have 3, so it's a little easier proposition from that standpoint for Byrd.
2 out, nobody on. Digging in, Aaron Rowan. 270 during the regular season, 4 out of 10 in the divisional series against the Red Sox. You started to talk about the difference, Tim, between the Angels and the Yankees that was so evident. The Yankees would get guys on, but then they were looking for that big hit, a big home run that just never seemed to come. And the Angels, they'd get guys on, they'd be able to move them over, they'd flare it in, they'd manufacture runs. And that's a big reason why they're playing here tonight in Chicago instead of the Yankees.
Well, the Angels, one of the great teams in baseball with runners in scoring position. They led all 30 teams with a .296 average with runners in scoring position, and that continued against the Yankees.
1 ball, 1 strike on Rowan, and that's in the dirt. 2-1.
But when you put the ball in play consistently, good things happen, especially when you have a manager like Mike Scioscia that likes to put the game in motion.
You combine that with the fact that the Yankees committed 6 errors and had some misplays on top of it, and that was a recipe for an Angels victory. That's off the hands and into left field, caught by Garret Anderson. We go to the third. Good start for Paul Byrd, the skyline of the city of Chicago. 1-0 Angels after 2.
New, the enormous omelet sandwich. Egg-normous, meat-normous, cheese-normous. That's right. The enormous omelet sandwich. Wake up with the king.
I want to see the mind, the company, all of them.
On October 21st, Warner Brothers Pictures is proud to present the movie that critics are cheering about.
It's never been done before. Sexual harassment class action.
North Country is uplifting movie making at its finest. An Oscar contender in every way. Undeniably one of the best films of the year. Charlize Theron delivers the most powerful performance by an actress this year.
If we stand together, we can take them.
North Country, rated R. Starts Friday, October 21st.
Is it true you do more brakes than anyone?
Absolutely. Is something burning?
Oh, those are Fred's old brakes.
Come to the experts in brakes and maintenance, the Midas Touch Maintenance Package. An oil change, tire rotation, and multi-point courtesy check, including brake check, for just $29.95.
Trust the Midas Touch.
The official bank of Little League Baseball. The official bank of Minor League Baseball. The official bank of Major League Baseball. Bank of America, the official bank of baseball.
My dearest Lisa, as we enter our first day apart, I already miss you terribly. Believe me, honey, it's no picnic out here. But don't you worry about me. Somehow, I'll get through it. And know in your heart, I will see you soon. Though I just can't say when. Patrick.
You'll find it hard to come back. The 244 horsepower Pilot from Honda.
Need a Family Guy fix?
We gotta get this guy to surgery stat or he's gonna die.
You guys are gonna get sued.
Family Guy. All new episodes return Sunday, November 6th on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
José Contreras got through the first three, gave up the home run to Garret Anderson, and here we go. This is game one of this American League Championship Series. Joe Buck, Lou Piniella, and Tim McCarver. What are you smiling about?
I'm laughing at Lou's remark to Jerry Crawford before the game, yelling down saying, now's my chance to get even with you.
That's exactly right. Jerry ran me once this year, and I remember.
Now's your chance.
That's it.
First pitch to Finley is in for a strike.
Actually, Jerry's an excellent umpire.
Oh,
he really is.
Well, now you're trying to clean it up.
Right.
Well, we got to, you know.
That tells me one thing.
I might be on the field sometime in the future. I don't know. And
I was going to say, that tells me one thing. You want to manage again.
I probably do, you know. And these guys, you got to keep them as your friends.
Uh-huh. Nobody snaps better than you in the dugout.
Well, I used to, Joe. But, you know, I've calmed down a heck of a lot.
Finley wraps a base hit through the right side, and the Angels not only have the lead, but now have their leadoff man on here in the third inning with Kennedy coming up.
But my philosophy is, if I'm going to get run, I might as well get my money's worth.
And we as fans appreciate it, believe me.
There you go.
Kennedy in that division series was 4 for 17. And he was the guy who hit the ball last night in that 3-run second inning into right center field that forced Crosby and Sheffield into a collision. Led to 2 runs. The Angels took the lead for good.
You can run on Contreras here. I think they had, what, 28 steals off of him this past summer.
That's
and
right.
Scioscia likes to run, so I would expect that Finley, if he gets a good jump, will go.
28 out of 30. The opposition was trying to steal bases against this big right-hander, and Finley stole 8 during the regular season. There he goes, hit and run. Kennedy a base hit into left field. Finley will stop at second, 2 on with nobody out. Back-to-back singles by Finley and Kennedy. So they do start the runner, and Kennedy shoots one through the left side.
That pitch out of the strike zone on the hit and run. Right on the money, Lou.
Good piece of hitting by Kennedy. Tough pitch to handle. He just slapped it through that shortstop hole.
So now 2 on with nobody out, and Chone Figgins steps in.
I think you'll see a bunt right here.
Good possibility. Although Figgins doesn't really hit in the too many double plays, Timmy. He's pretty quick, but he is bunting.
And he misses it for strike 1. Figgins. The strikeouts are starting to pile up again. During the regular season, Chone Figgins struck out 101 times, and for a guy with his speed, just putting the bat on the ball gives him a chance every time. He now has struck out 9 times this postseason.
I think there are just times in a game where you have to play it straight up, and I think Mike Scioscia will be bunting again with Figgins.
And this time it's a beauty. Crede picks it up, gets the out at first. The sacrifice is good, 5-4. And the runners end up at second and third for Cabrera with 1 out.
Try to make the third baseman feel the ball. Crede coming in. The only play is to first base.
Picture perfect bunt.
Talk coming on the air about small ball, and there's a prime example of it. They not only get the leadoff hit, they put the hit and run on. That works. Then they bunt, and this crowd tries to wake itself up, get behind Contreras. We go get Cabrera. Second and third, 1 down. And a chopper to third. Crede has the throw to first too late. Everybody's safe, and it's 2-0 Angels. He was trapped.
He had an idea about coming home, and when he couldn't come home, that look toward home cost him the out at first. He gets the high hop. Had an idea about a lot of times you're trying to grip that ball, and the grip doesn't come out cleanly in the transfer. Would have been a tough play. The look home And now the throw to first, too late.
So it's a base hit for an RBI. It's the third hit of the inning. Cabrera knocks home his fourth of the postseason. It's 2-0 Angels, still only one out. First and third for Vladimir Guerrero. What a big chance for Los Angeles here in the third inning. Strike one.
The fork ball on the first pitch to Guerrero. The one thing to keep in mind, Contreras led the majors in wild pitches with 20. Freddie Garcia, his teammate, also had 20. This situation, a chance for a guy at third. You really have to be alert with that fork ball.
1 ball, 1 strike. So because of that fork ball, puts the pressure on A.J. Pierzynski. The everyday catcher, Paul Byrd, is wondering how big this lead is going to be when he heads back out for the bottom of this third. Back to Contreras, down to second, out, over to first. The throw is bad. It ends up over the head of Konerko. A run scores, and it's 3-0 Angels. The double play ball. Contreras gets the out at second. And then the wild throw allows the run to score.
Well, the ball's not hit hard enough. The play's got to come home unless you can get the double play. A great takeout slide by Orlando Cabrera, barreling in to Iguchi at second base, causing the high throw. I think the throw's got to come home.
I think so too, Timmy. First of all, Guerrero runs pretty well.
Right.
You're already down by 2 runs. You've got to cut the lead runner off at home plate.
Yet that being said, the reason why the double play wasn't turned is because of the job Cabrera did down at the second base bag on Iguchi. As you said, Tim, the ball wasn't hit hard.
Right.
So that allowed Cabrera to get on top of Iguchi, and that effort by Orlando makes it 3-0 Angels here in the third inning.
That's the thing on a ball back to the pitcher. He's got to determine the speed of the ball immediately. And because it was one of those high choppers, Guerrero with good speed, I think the play should have come home because you had a sure out of Adam Kennedy.
So now Guerrero at first, 2 out. And Anderson, who homered his first time up, takes the ball.
I'd never seen the shift that the White Sox are pulling on Anderson.
It's odd.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it. I've seen it with Giambi from the Yankees. I've seen it with a couple hitters. I'd never seen it with Anderson.
See it with David Ortiz of the Red Sox. There aren't many across the league that would force this, and Anderson, at least in the White Sox book, is a dead pull hitter because the third base line is wide open. The 1-1. Good fork ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Konerko saved that wild throw. Contreras, who has not lost since the 15th of August. He's won 9 straight. Trailing 3-0 here in the third inning to the Angels. Guerrero goes and Anderson fouls it. You think about the big picture with the Angels. They lose their Cy Young candidate in Cologne last night after 1 inning. They go to Irvin Santana, a 22-year-old rookie. He helps beat the Yankees. They come in here. Washburn is sick. He might start tomorrow night. They're pitching Paul Byrd on short rest. They haven't had any sleep. And here they are leading 3-0 in the third inning at game 1 of the ALCS. Anderson takes it low, 2-2.
Facing the hottest pitcher in baseball. Go figure.
And a team that hasn't played since Saturday. On 2-2, Anderson grounds it right to the second baseman. That blue is why they've got him in short right. There's your scouting report. The Angels get 2 and lead by 3.
AmeriQuest believes that everyone has the potential to achieve great things. So when it's time to buy a home or refinance, call 1-800-AmeriQuest or go to AmeriQuest.com. AmeriQuest, proud sponsor of the American Dream and Major League Baseball.
I was just getting to the good part when Uncle Ernie dropped his tongs. I'd seen that look before. It was heartburn. Before you could say duck sauce, I was there with my Pepsid Complete. I told him only Pepsid Complete starts to neutralize acid on contact and keeps heartburn from coming back all day or all night. In no time, Uncle Ernie was in Mushu heaven, and I had my eye on a spicy dumpling. Pepsid Complete, just one and heartburn's done.
Want the best in wireless? Look no further than your neighborhood Radio Shack. From the best name brand phones to the best wireless carriers, we've got it all. And now, during our Best of the Best wireless sale, get the best for even less. Like this new Verizon Wireless VX5200 camera phone by LG, just $29.99 with new 2-year agreement. You'll also enjoy the best customer service. That's why our sales associates are #1 in wireless customer satisfaction. And why we sell more wireless than any other consumer electronics retailer at Radio Shack.
If you haven't tried Coors in a while, you may have forgotten how cold and refreshing a Rocky Mountain beer can taste. So crack one open and refresh your memory.
Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
So, I could sit here and try all 42 pasta and sauce combinations.
You could. You better not.
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl with new mushroom Alfredo. Pick any sauce and pasta combination, then another. Just $7.95. Have all you want.
Well, the rally monkey jumping up and down, and everybody dancing all around. You can feel that magic when the Angels play.
Ball game over. Angels win it.
I live for this.
Watch the World Series on Fox. Don't miss it.
First pitch of the bottom of the 3rd inning is in for a strike to A.J. Pierzynski, a .257 hitter during the regular season from Bridgehampton, New York. 4 out of 9 in the series against the Red Sox. The White Sox look for their first base runner of the night as the count evens 1-1. We mentioned Bartolo Colon. He has been left off the roster for this LCS. Esteban Yan has been added for Mike Scioscia. Pierzynski going the other way, circling at Cabrera. Great play to start the inning. Terrific play.
Pierzynski is not a fast runner, and watch how quickly Cabrera gets rid of the ball. Uribe with the fine play in the first inning, and now Cabrera.
Big stretch by Erstad at the back end, and now Crede steps in. 1 out, nobody on. Strike 1.
Impressive thing about that play, he took a good route to the ball.
Kept his glove down. Good off-balance throw, and I'll tell you what, Erstad can play first base.
Gold Glover at first base and center field.
He sure is.
New baseball for Paul Byrd. Is it insulting to call a right-hander crafty? I mean, you always say a crafty left-hander, but Paul Byrd is like a crafty left-hander who's just right-handed.
He is.
Well hit left center field at the wall. The White Sox are on the board. Crede goes deep.
Joe Crede putting a dent in Paul Byrd's craftsmanship.
So Crede, who hit 22 home runs during the regular season, goes deep, but now a ball up and into Uribe.
Looked like a backup slider that just stayed there.
Stayed there, and Crede got the fat part of the bat on it and drove it into the left center field stand. Good piece of hit.
2 balls, no strikes on Uribe.
You know, pitchers can make mistakes, but hitters still have to hit them, Timmy.
Uribe was taking a strike after going up in the count 2-0. First career postseason home run for Crede. And it's 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. Here's a 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Mike Scioscia saying that with a style of Byrd, changing speeds, moving the ball in and out, he'll rear back and throw that 86-mile-an-hour fastball into him. He feels like Randy Johnson bringing it to home plate. That's a laser into left, right at Garret Anderson, 2 out. Let's go down to Chris Myers for more on Crede.
Hey, Joe, I talked to Joe Crede at the batting cage today, and he's talking about the Angels, frantic travel schedule. He said he was bored with the time off, so bored he was watching a lot of Missouri football. But he said when he showed up at the ballpark, he didn't even know who was pitching for the Angels. And they said Byrd. He said, okay. And he looked at videotape and said, I better get ready for him. I guess he got ready in a hurry.
He's watching Missouri football? Is that what you said?
That's what he told me.
Grew up in the shadow of Tiger Stadium, Jefferson City, Missouri, the capital.
Podsednik jumps one into center. And he's on with 2 out in the third. So he knows plenty about Brad Smith at quarterback for Mizzou. He didn't know Byrd was pitching, and he takes him out here in the third inning in his first at bat.
But Sednick didn't run all that much in the Red Sox series. I'm wondering if he'll go tonight.
Suffering a strained abductor, a right strained abductor. He was on the disabled list for 3 weeks in late August, early September. He has been very tentative on the bases.
You asked Ozzie Guillen about his leg, and he said, he's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. He'll go. He's okay. He's fine.
Ozzie with that rat-a-tat-tat lingo.
I'll tell you, I enjoy Ozzie Guillen. He's a character. He's a good baseball manager, but I'll tell you what, he's a character, and you have fun when you talk to him. I enjoyed managing against him. We would converse back and forth across the dugouts.
In Spanish or English?
In Spanish or English, didn't matter.
1 ball, no strikes, and there's a shot into center field. Podsednik will stop at second. 2 on, 2 out. Jermaine Dye coming up. Aguchi put a charge into that ball.
It's a nice swing, Tim. Kept his head down, hit the ball exactly where it was pitched, out over the plate in the center field. He's got a little bit of a unique hitting style, almost like Ichiro, the way he gets his bat started.
As Tim mentioned, he played 8 years in Japan. And while everybody kept hearing so much about Kaz Matsui, who ended up with a big contract in the New York Mets, and he hasn't lived up to expectations. This guy was a .271 hitter in Japan, but he put together a rookie season where he had 15 home runs, drove home 71, and he sets up Dye with 2 on, 2 out in the third. Ball 1.
Talked about Podsednik's reluctance to run. You're more reluctant with 2 outs. But he had 18 of 19 steals of third base this year.
Well, third base is actually an easier pitch or base to steal than second. First of all, the pitcher is concentrating a little more on the hitter. His release time to the plate is not as quick because he's trying to get the hitter out. So you can get a little better jump, a little better lead, and steal base a third base a little more successfully.
2 on, 2 out. White Sox down by 2, and Dye pops it up. Erstad, the wind really moving that ball, and Erstad stays with it and makes the play. That ball started fair and almost ended up out of play. A run for the White Sox. Out of the hand of Byrd, off the bat of Crede. Over the wall, it's 3-1 Angels after 3.
Men love trucks. Chevy trucks. Why? Because when the pavement ends, so do the excuses. Enter the 2006 Silverado Z71 with off-road tuned suspension, and unlike Ford or Dodge, an automatic rear locker that lets you grip and go where others might think twice. Silverado from Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Long live the truck.
You're grilling for us?
Well...
Steak.
Hey, Brian. We smelled the grill. We? Yeah.
Introducing Taco Bell's new Steak or Chicken Nachos Bel Grande. Grilled authentic carne asada steak or marinated all white meat chicken give Nachos Bel Grande that great flavor of the grill.
This is nice.
For grilled taste that really draws a crowd, think outside the bun.
Hey, I'll take one of those chickens.
Sure. Which one? 1,000-hand slap.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Good choice.
Dude, you said 2:30. I called and texted. You didn't get any of my messages? You guys are killing me. That's your network? Yes. Yes, it is. Is that your network? Yeah. Well, this is awkward.
There's only one reason to choose a wireless company. It's the network. And only Verizon Wireless is America's most reliable. Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
The League Championship Series on Fox, sponsored by Verizon Wireless. It's the network by the makers of Pepcid Complete. Just one and heartburn's done. By Midas, trust the Midas touch. And by Chevy. Chevy and baseball, they just go together. An American revolution. First pitch is a strike from Contreras to Benji Molina. Molina grounded out to short his first time up. 3-1, the Angels on top. Fourth inning now underway. In the air to left center field, and back is Rowan. One out. Our Pepcid Power Hitters home run leaderboard looks like this tonight. This postseason, Benji Molina has 3 home runs. Garret Anderson hits his 3rd tonight. And then a list of players with 2. I think you've got the heart to homer with the best and score points at record speed. Log on to foxsports.com on MSN. Keyword Pepcid. With 1 out, here's Erstad, and there's ball 1. Contreras is a great story. Obviously a hero in Cuba when he was pitching. He was 3 times the male athlete of the year for the country of Cuba. But it was 1 game against the Orioles, an exhibition in 1999 in March, when he went 8 innings, allowed no runs, 2 hits, struck out 10. It told him that he had the kind of stuff to pitch in the major leagues. And he had to wait until 2002 to defect. Pitch is up and in, and the count goes to 3-0.
Joe, you think of the ex-Yankee pitchers that are in the playoffs. Andy Pettitte, Roger Clemens for Houston, El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, and José Contreras for the White Sox.
Impressive list.
I'll say.
3-1. Erstad pops it up. Crede 2 down. Now tomorrow it will be game 2 of this ALCS here in Chicago. And it's game 1 of the National League Championship Series in St. Louis. If you are in a market and you want to watch baseball and on Fox you have one game, on FX you'll have the other. And it begins at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on either Fox or FX. So that's the story tomorrow night. 2 games for you, and if you see one on Fox, the other is on FX. With 2 out, nobody on, Rivera chops 1 foul. Juan tap back to Contreras, his first time up. Of all the guys for the Angels, I think Paul Byrd looks the most tired. Popped up to the right side. It's foul, and the wind will carry that out of here.
You know, watching pregame batting practice, balls that were hit above the stadium weren't carrying very well. The balls that were carrying were the line drive type home runs, and that's exactly what Anderson hit and what Crede hit for the White Sox. So I think the secret is not to hit that towering fly ball, hit the ball more on the line, if possible.
59 degrees, wind is blowing in. Really left to right. And with 2 out, 2 strikes. Pitch in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rivera.
You and Ozzie concurring before the game that the ball really jumps here in the summer months.
Yeah, when the weather's hot here, this place here can become a little bit of a launching pad. And the White Sox utilized it very well, hitting 200+ home runs this year.
For the 6th year in a row.
Yeah.
With 2 out, a foul ball. And I thought it was interesting that Ozzie said, you know, there are some times, though, when it's hot here in Chicago and the ball's jumping out of the stadium where I can't wait to get my team on the road, because I think even with the home runs that this club hit, he still feels like this is more of a team to manufacture runs. And when they get into slugfest with Texas or with the Yankees or whoever, he doesn't like the way they stack up.
That's a good point, Joe. Plus, you don't want to see your pitching get beat up. When you have a good starting staff like the White Sox do, you want to see good pitching, and you don't want to see them giving up overabundance of home runs. The problem is that the division that they're in Kansas City, it's nice and warm. In Texas, it's nice and warm. So it is in Cleveland. And they're all good hitters' ballparks.
Yet this was a team that had a staff ERA tied for first in the American League at 3.61. Tied with Cleveland. Win some bets asking that question.
Well, Cleveland and the White Sox both had 5 good starters. They stayed nice and healthy. You know, one thing I do like about AJ behind the plate, he's caught winners, Timmy. He caught in Minnesota, he caught in San Francisco, and now here with the White Sox. And when you look for a catcher, what I like are catchers that can win baseball games.
With 2 out, Rivera takes low, a full count.
It's a rather obscure stat, a catcher's record pitching, but there's no question that Pierzynski has had an influence on this pitching staff.
Yeah, I think he has. And Ozzie made the point that, yeah, we do have a good pitching staff, but yes, Pierzynski has made a difference.
Tough play up the middle. Uribe to his left gets a nice hop. And the inning is over. Angels go in order. Bottom of the 4th inning rolls in. Chicago River rolls on 3-1. Angels on top.
Great beer. Smooth, clean, cold, refreshment. At Coors, it all starts up here. Way up here.
Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
Applebee's new Italian style is here.
Mambo Italiano, you must go. Cause something tasty's going on. New Italian dishes that are Applebee's delicious.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
When we got married, suddenly we had 2 of everything.
They had a lot of stuff.
2 dinette sets, 2 dogs.
2 car insurance companies.
I'm State Farm agent Joan Roysum, and this is a true story.
We had to get rid of a few things.
Yeah, mainly my things.
He had State Farm.
She had a gecko.
I helped them compare rates and coverage.
It was no comparison.
He was right. For once.
This time, one of my things stayed.
Last year, 1.3 million drivers switched to State Farm. Call an agent today and you'll switch too.
Like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
Is it true you do more brakes than anyone?
Absolutely. Is something burning?
Oh, those are Fred's old brakes.
Come to the experts in brakes and maintenance. The Midas Touch Maintenance Package. An oil change, tire rotation, and multi-point courtesy check, including brake check for just $29.95.
Trust the Midas Touch.
Set up. Why you want to see Boris so bad anyhow? Because he's my brother. I'm getting you out of here. It's impossible. Just have a little faith. You've seen the blueprints. It's better than that. I've got him on me.
Prison Break returns Monday, October 24th on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
Game summary is brought to you by Verizon Wireless VCast. Anderson went deep to put the Angels on top. Mike Scioscia, 0-5 record in Game 1 as Angels manager. And for the Sox, 0-5 record in LCS home games. So that's the matchup, and that's what's happened. Anderson went deep, then 2 more runs for the Angels, scoring in the 3rd. RBIs by Cabrera and Guerrero, and then Crede took one out in the 3rd inning. It's going to be a tough play for Kennedy. Had to go a long way, and he gets Canerco by a step. Ozzie Guillen was nice enough to join us, and here's what he had to say during the last break. Well, Ozzie Guillen is nice enough to join us. Tell us about how you think your team has come out of the gate so far here tonight.
Right now, the home run by Crede, I think, it gives a little juice. I think right now, we're going to start swinging the bat better. Now we see everybody have one about each one. Hopefully, we take advantage of that.
You've got Contreras on the mound. What do you see from him to this point?
Well, right now, they only hit one ball real hard against him. It was Anderson. Everybody out just, I'm not going to say cheap hit. Hits is a hit no matter what, but I think he throw the ball pretty good right now.
Let's talk about the other side, and then we'll let you go. The Angels, everybody's saying, well, they're worn out. They're going to come in here flat. I know you didn't buy into that.
No, I just said in the press conference early today, I think they used to be travel that many hours. They used to be come to the ballpark late, early in the morning, come back and beat the people. I think right now they're prepared to win, and I don't think they should be tired.
Ozzie, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Ozzie Guillen, Venezuelan-born manager of these White Sox, only 41 years old. And Tim, you called it early in the summer about the job that he's done here with the White Sox and just changing the mood with this franchise and with this team. They believed all year they were good enough to win.
I think what Ozzie did was he brought animation to this club. This is, I wouldn't say it's been a staid franchise, but some have thought it a staid franchise in the past. But there is nothing staid or boring about Ozzie Guillen.
He's got a lot of energy.
Got a lot of energy, and a guy who shoots from the hip and is about as candid as any manager around.
I agree with you.
He's 2-2 now with 1 out, nobody on Everett. The DH grounded out his first time, and he rips one up the middle here. A 1-out single. If you don't know much about the Chicago White Sox, Let's give you more. Best record during the regular season in the American League. They won 99. Best road record in the major leagues, winning 52 away from home. Best in one-run games. 3 pitchers with 15 or more wins. First time they've done that since '93. They are coming off their first playoff series win since 1917. And they beat the Giants in the World Series. They beat the Cubs in 1906. They beat the Giants in 1917. They had the Black Sox scandal in 1919. They lost the World Series in 1959. They were last in the ALCS in 1993. Squirter to Erstad. Doesn't even think about going down to second. Goes to the bag. Steps on. 2 down.
One of the reasons is it's a dangerous throw on a play like that because Everett's running inside the line. Erstad immediately with a 2-run lead going back to first base.
Good range by Erstad. Coming off the bag and getting the sure out.
He is the only player in Major League history to win a Gold Glove as an infielder and outfielder, doing it in 2000 and 2002 in the outfield and then first base. And Tim, you were talking before the game about how rare it is to see a guy leave the outfield, come to first, and win a Gold Glove there. Because typically it's, as you said, a place where guys just go to end up defensively and then pound the baseball.
Yeah, and rarely are they as good of fielders as Darren Erstad, but look at Carl Everett running inside the line, and that throw would have been perilous had he opted to go to second base, taking the sure out. So normally first base is just a place at the end of guys' careers where they park outfielders who have been potential or Gold Glovers. But Erstad's such a great athlete. Gold Glove at center, Gold Glove at first.
They tried to park me over there towards the end of my career with the Yankees. Yeah, and I liked the position. The only thing I couldn't do was handle the throws when the runners were leading off. The ball got there a little bit too quickly from the pitcher.
That's a bad thing for a first baseman.
That's not good.
No.
So in other words, pitchers throwing over to hold on runners.
Exactly.
You couldn't handle.
I had a sign with the pitcher which don't throw.
Don't throw over.
Don't throw over.
Other than that, it was fine.
Other than that, it was a nice. What I liked about it better than anything else, it was a very short run to the dugout after the inning was over.
Runner at second, 2 out, a ball and 2 strikes on Pierzynski. Dying run at the plate, and these two, Molina and Byrd, are trying to figure out what to throw AJ.
And it was a good place, really, to visit with the opposing players as they came to first base.
And I bet you didn't say one sincere word to a base runner at first base.
I agree with that.
There has never been a sincere word from a first baseman to a base runner at first base, ever.
I believe that.
In the history of the game.
I don't think Erstad is in that category. I can see Erstad's actually caring how the person was at first.
No, he doesn't.
Runner at second, 2 out, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pierzynski. Check swing, dangerous foul ball into the seats. Somehow that missed everybody sitting right above the White Sox dugout. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. The White Sox batting and trailing by 2. Everett, a 1-out hit. He's at second with 2 down. Two and 2. Pierzynski last year with the Giants rubbed some of his teammates the wrong way. The Giants declined an option on his contract. Signed for a couple of $1 million to come to the White Sox. One thing the players will tell you, they'll say some things that drive you nuts at times, but he comes to play every day. He's been a good, dangerous hitter in this Chicago lineup. Now the count's full.
And what else you like about him, he's a left-hand hitting catcher. You're looking for left-hand hitting in these major league lineups, and when you can get a left-hand hitting catcher, it's a big bonus.
2 for the price of 1.
Exactly.
Still a full count. You know, not only is Paul Byrd pitching on 3 days rest, but he was warming up last night in the second inning when Irvin Santana came out of the bullpen. Didn't appear to be totally ready to go. Finished off a walk that went on the record of Cologne and then walked 2 more.
Well, one of the secrets for Byrd today, he hasn't given up a walk yet.
Pierzynski, a base hit into right field. Rivera gets to it. Everett scores. It's 3-2.
Those 2-out RBIs, the one you have to earn, no cheapies, are worth their weight in gold. Down and in to Pierzynski, and he drives in the second Sox run.
Yeah, those 2-out RBIs really discourage the other team.
Everett scored easily. The inning continues for Crede, who homered his first time he takes a strike. Well, you were talking about it, Lou, that he hasn't walked anybody yet. He walked only 28 all year. Byrd did. So you know he's going to be around the plate.
Exactly. He's a contact type pitcher. He's got to hit his spots. He's got to be able to change some speeds. And you're right, Joe, when he throws that 86, 87 mile an hour fastball, it looks a lot faster than it really is.
He's 0-2 on Crede. Pierzynski's hit makes it a 3-2 game. He's at first with 2 out. Crede rips it foul.
Has A.J. stolen any bases this year? It looked to me like he was trying to get himself a jump over there to go.
Well, he has, but it came in the postseason. He was 0 for 2 during the regular year, but he stole one against the Red Sox.
Yeah, but he's not going anywhere. He's a slow runner.
In fact, Erstad just said, you know what, A.J., you're a slow runner, and he was sincere when he said
sincere about it, wasn't he?
Erstad said, I don't even know why I'm holding you on. And he meant it. The 0-2. Good pitch. Byrd got Crede to chase it. The White Sox get a run. We go to the 5th inning, game 1. Pierzynski, the 2-out RBI, 3-2 after 4. Angels on top. Back after this from your local Fox station.
I'm Corey McFerrin at the Cell for the full wrap-up. Join Blackjack, McDowell, and me right after the game.
And think the ALCS is all sold out? You still may be able to get Sox tickets. Plus, the high cost of heating your home this winter after the game.
Imagine the car you have to drive is actually the car you want to drive. Introducing the Mercedes-Benz R-Class Grand Sports Tourer with seating for 6 and 4-wheel drive. Visit your local authorized dealer and experience it for yourself. Starting at $48,775.
Hey, KFC's got your number.
10, 4, 6, 99.
Right now, get 10 KFC legs and thighs for only $6.99 in original or extra crispy.
Get time for $6.99.
And don't forget the new smoky barbecue wings.
On October 21st, game time, the Marines are going in. Okay. And it won't be pretty.
The hell are you looking at?
Doom, rated R. legs lead to United Economy Plus. More legroom than any other airline in Chicago. United, it's time to fly.
Thanks for a wonderful evening.
It's my pleasure. Hey, is this your car?
Not on a first date. But, you want some coffee?
Okay.
The 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima. Lease one today.
This date in baseball history, October 11, 1967. Strike one to Finley, a World Series record, 3 consecutive home runs in 1 inning. Yaz went deep, Reggie Smith, Rico Petrocelli powered Boston to an 8-4 win that evened the series with the Cardinals in 3 games each. For more MLB info, log on to foxsports.com. On MSN, keyword Budweiser. What were you doing that day, Tim?
The last Triple Crown winner, Carl Yastrzemski.
Were you catching in that game? Grounder foul outside third.
Yes.
3 consecutive home runs. You didn't catch 3 in a row.
No.
Pitchers weren't locating. What can I say?
Put down the wrong fingers.
Finley in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kennedy and Figgins will follow.
Well, those 3 hitters hit a lot of home runs off of a lot of different pitchers. In fact, Yastrzemski, one of the best hitters I've ever seen in baseball.
And one of the great years, too, in 1967.
Well, in 67, I was still in Portland, Oregon, playing for the Portland Beavers.
Portland Beavers.
Finley strikes out, second strikeout of the night for Contreras. And the first out here in the top of the 5th. Bottom just falls out of that.
Good splitter or fork ball right there. Again, as we said earlier, the difference between a splitter and a fork ball, a splitter is held down closer to the ends of the fingers and a fork ball is choked more. So Contreras technically throws a fork ball and not a splitter.
Kennedy was shortening up to bunt, at least showing it. He took ball 1 high. It's a 1-run game. The White Sox trailing by a run here in the top of the 5th. Kennedy, Gucci, good play to his right. 2 out.
We talked about it earlier. I've never seen this in the big leagues. A starting pitcher warming up with a softball.
I've never seen it either, Tim.
There it is right there. It's about twice as big as a baseball, of course. And pitchers do that to extend their fingers, to loosen their fingers up.
Their fingers, and the ball will feel more comfortable.
Feels smaller, really.
Exactly.
But it begs the question, what's the deal with the yellow ball?
Not me. In case you want to play a couple of sets of tennis, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe a tribute to Charlie Finley. 1 ball, 1 strike. Figgins is 0 for 1 with a bunt, a strikeout.
Figgins reminds me a lot of a player that I had the good fortune of managing in Cincinnati, Bip Roberts.
Yeah.
Leadoff hitter type, switch hitter, played all type of positions.
And when you've got a 25-man roster,
it's invaluable.
You can play center, right, left, third base, second base, whatever.
Invaluable.
A shattered bat. Canerco takes it in, and Contreras has now retired 8 in a row. Halfway through game number 1, White Sox coming up. They trail the Angels by 1.
Cool.
What's the coolest way for people on the move to pay for gas and convenience items? Speed Pass.
Cool. Really cool.
How do we know? We're drivers too. Link Speed Pass to a credit or check card you already use, and you can make one of the cool moves Ryan Newman does.
Introducing the new 2006 Envoy Denali. Behind this grille lies some of the most fuel-efficient technology available. Displacement on demand, saving fuel while still delivering the most standard horsepower of any midsize SUV. The new 2006 Envoy Denali by GMC.
Is that your new Sprint phone?
Uh-huh. With Sprint's new fair and flexible plans, no one can tell me what to do. I can talk when and how I want. It's my little way of sticking it to the man.
But you are the man.
I know.
So you're sticking it to yourself.
Maybe.
Sprint's new fair and flexible plans. With no huge overages or roaming charges, you control your plan. It doesn't control you. Plans start at just $29.99 a month. Sprint, yes you can.
This is astounding. 7 medals in a row. What's his secret? What's he doing so differently?
Still going. Energizer. Keeps going and going and going and going.
There's been another Carver victim. If I help her through her pain, I can experience it myself. Relive it.
Stop! Please!
Let it go.
Nip Tuck. All new this week. Only on FX.
Underway in the bottom of the fifth. 9-1 and 2 hitters for the Sox. It's 3-2, the Angels out in front. And Juan Uribe lined out to left his first time up. Out in front of that pitch, and the count's 0-2. Managers love to have a number 9 hitter that can turn the lineup over. The Angels have a 300 hitter in Adam Kennedy batting 9th, and Uribe at 252, but has some pop. 16 home runs during the regular season. That's ball 1.
Well, the 9th hole in the American League is a very important hole. It's your double leadoff hole. And if he can get on base.
That's into left center field, falling in a hurry, and Anderson is there for out number 1.
It turns the lineup over.
Bud Black is the pitching coach for the Angels. He visited with us just moments ago. Well, Bud Black, I don't want to scare you, but Mike Scioscia told us before the game that you might get the ball in game 2 tomorrow night. You ready to go?
I'm ready, Joe.
Is that kind of the state of affairs down there in that dugout right now?
Well, I think we have all hands on deck, but Paul's given us a good effort tonight. We feel pretty good about it, and Wash today felt much better than the last couple of days, so he's going to be fine.
Let's talk about Paul Byrd. Set up here. Is it insulting to call a right-hander crafty? But that's kind of the way he brings it to the plate.
That's him. You look at his delivery. There's a lot of deception in there. The old school windup. We all love it. We love watching Paul pitch. He does a lot of things with the ball, and he gets results.
Who taught him that changeup, that one-finger changeup?
Well, it's very creative. He experimented pretty much all spring, and finally came to that grip about the middle of May, and it's been working for him since.
Are you tired?
A little bit.
You look fantastic. Thanks, Bud.
All right, guys.
Joe, Bud looks rather managerial.
I think the same thing. I think he's a manager in waiting.
His name has been bandied around. I think he'd make a good manager. Sometimes you hear that pitching coaches don't make the best managers, but Bud is an intelligent guy, and he handles himself quite well.
He could turn in these tapes from all these Fox games where he does the interviews from the dugout. He's nice enough to do it, and I know I said that about Ozzie Guillen. These guys don't have to, and we thank them for joining us while they're at work down there. 3 balls and a strike. Podsednik takes a walk.
Either that, Joe, or he can come up here and take my spot as the 3rd guy in the booth.
Go down there and talk pitching with Byrd and Escobar and the rest of them. 1 on, 1 out, and the batter is the number 2 hitter, Iguchi, who's 1 for 2.
Joe talked to Bud about that one-finger changeup. It's the index finger. I have never heard of a pitcher throwing a one-finger changeup. That is a shot of that he took earlier. Odd.
It is odd.
Wonder how he can control it, but he does.
Check on the runner at first. Podsednik, we were looking for him to run earlier. He didn't. This would be a spot where if he's healthy, you have to think about stealing a base. Tying run at first, 1 out. He's going. Angels pitch out. 2 down.
Good call by Mike Scioscia.
Ozzie Guillen just got his pocket picked.
Perfect throw for the catcher to handle. Quick delivery to the plate. End result, threw out the base runner quite easily.
Yeah, Podsednik was caught stealing 23 times. That was the most of the majors.
So now with 2 out, nobody on, Iguchi, as the count is favored 2-0. So the White Sox weren't waiting around. The first pitch to Iguchi. Podsednik took off, and the Angels were ready for it. 2-1 now on the number 2 hitter.
Well, with these teams that like to run like both the White Sox and Angels do, it's a good call to pitch out occasionally. And sometimes even have, Timmy, an unintentional pitch out.
Iguchi hits it in the air to left. Anderson is back to end the inning. A walk, a man out stealing. We go to the 6th. Angels will bat. They still lead Chicago 3-2.
Can a beer be too refreshing?
Nice. Ew! Doug! That's my mom!
No,
Coors Light.
From Ridley Scott, director of Gladiator, comes a spectacular, epic adventure that's brilliant. Orlando Bloom, Liam Neeson. Kingdom of Heaven on the 2-disc DVD today.
Introducing the new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich from Subway restaurants. Tender chicken, zesty marinara sauce, melted cheese on toasted freshly baked bread. The new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich. Molto delicioso. Subway. Eat fresh.
Fantasy football fans, play the Lay's Playmaker Combo Challenge. When you buy Lay's potato chips as part of a fresh value meal from a Subway restaurant, you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to Super Bowl 40. Trips to Super Bowl 40 awarded weekly. Come into a Subway restaurant or visit NFL.com for details.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Impala. Available with a powerful 303 horsepower small block V8 that delivers a remarkable 28 miles per gallon highway. It's a whole new animal. Chevy Impala, an American revolution.
The League Championship Series on Fox is sponsored by Chevy. Chevy and baseball, they just go together. An American revolution. We move into the 6th inning. Snappy game so far, and it will be Cabrera, Guerrero, and Anderson against Contreras, who gave up a home run to Anderson leading off the 2nd. Back-to-back hits to Finley and Kennedy to start the 3rd. A good bunt by Figgins. And then RBIs by Cabrera and Guerrero. The White Sox got on the board and a home run by Crede in the 3rd. And an RBI base hit by Pierzynski with 2 out in the 4th. That's it. 1 hop, Crede. Cabrera, out. Our pitchers matchup brought to you by Subway. We look ahead to tomorrow. Jared Washburn, if he feels up to it, was hit with the flu, maybe strep throat, 102-degree fever over the weekend against Mark Burley. Burley 16-8 during the regular season. And that's our Game 2 matchup as it stands right now. But if it's not Washburn, 3 hops. Uribe takes care of Guerrero. It could be Kevin Gregg, a right-hander who was 1-1 with an ERA of 9.82 in 2 starts during the regular season. Or Esteban Yan, who was added to the active roster for this round as the Angels took Bartolo Colon off, injured last night in Game 5 of the division series. With the team and hoping to improve should the Angels get to the World Series. Here's Garret Anderson, and there's a strike.
Meanwhile, what about the job José Contreras has done after that fielder's choice, Vladimir Guerrero? Contreras has been his own stopper. He's retired 9 in a row. Starting pitchers have to do that. You just have to regroup, and that's what Contreras has done in this game.
Well, he's given the White Sox every opportunity to get back in the ball game, and that's really what a starting pitcher has to do when he falls behind early in the ball game.
Anderson strikes out. Contreras 10 straight. Bottom of the 6th inning. Paul Byrd, who is pitching brilliantly in his own way, goes back to work. Heart of the order coming up. 3-2 Angels.
Run! 100 years ago, something terrible happened on Antonio Island. What's wrong?
I keep seeing horrible things happening.
It left behind a curse.
They're everywhere.
Somebody out here!
Get off the island.
Why?
Just go.
This Friday, the past will come back to haunt them. The Fog, rated PG-13, opens everywhere Friday.
Earlier tonight, our Wakefield Wildcats lost by a field goal, 21-20. That means no playoffs this year.
Well, let's lock it up.
I can stay a while.
Me too.
Come on in, boys. I'll bet you're hungry.
At Applebee's, being part of the neighborhood is what we're all about.
Who are those guys?
Oh, that's our network. It's the most reliable. Comes with the phone.
Do I, like, owe you?
No, we're good.
Cool. There's only one reason to choose a wireless company. It's the network. And now America's most reliable wireless network has cool Samsung camera phones for just $49.99. Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
Is it true you do more brakes than anyone?
Absolutely. Is something burning?
Oh, those are Fred's old brakes.
Come to the experts in brakes and maintenance. The Midas Touch Maintenance Package. An oil change, tire rotation, and multi-point courtesy check, including brake check, for just $29.95.
Trust the Midas Touch.
My technique when I get in the batter's box is to dig in, pull the pant legs up. I try to point the bat to center field, knock the dirt off, and try to look real mean. What do you think of that?
Major League Baseball Charities is a proud partner of Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
Now I want to teach you about pine tar.
Through programs like RBI and Rookie League, they bring baseball and softball to kids around the world.
Don't be afraid of the ball.
Together, they create a positive place for kids. Now I want to talk about Paul Byrd. We talked about Contreras, but as we welcome you back, if Byrd comes out tonight and he's brutal in the first inning, you could see the Angels saying, well, we're tired. We've had a rough 24 hours. Let's go get him tomorrow night. He has been anything but brutal. And here he is pitching in the 6th inning, leading by a run, and he has 1 out.
67 pitches to date from Paul Byrd. He's getting the job done. especially early in the count.
And I think this is the inning that you're really watching. The middle of the White Sox order is up, and that strong Angel bullpen, it's getting to be their time.
Let me ask you this. We were just on camera, so it takes part of our attention away from just happened on the field, but Jermaine Dye's trying to bunt his way on to start the 6th inning.
Well, Figgins was back, but at the same time, Jermaine Dye can hit that ball in the seats, or certainly hit it against the wall for a double, hit the gap.
Yeah, a guy with 31 home runs this year in a 1-run ball game in the 6th inning trying to bunt makes no sense.
Here's Konerko now with 1 out, nobody on. Konerko's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. Konerko in the air to center field. Didn't get it all. Might have broken his bat. 2 out. Our ExxonMobil speed pass during the LCS. We thought we would take a look at how the pitchers are bringing it to the plate velocity wise with the ExxonMobil speed pass speed comparison. And you see where Contreras has been. He has been as high as 94 miles per hour, and there is Byrd topping out at 87. And for Byrd, that's the way he pitches. Not trying to blow the ball by anybody, but he hits his spots. He moves it in and out. He keeps hitters off balance, and he has been terrific. Misses up and away. Ball 1 to Everett.
You could see how far he missed then. I mean, Benji Molina was setting up inside. He missed by about a foot. Here's the type of hitter that a guy like Byrd would have a tough time against. Carl Everett.
In the air to left center field. Byrd is through 6 terrific innings. Navy Pier here in Chicago. 7th inning, game 1. Back after this from your local station.
Tonight, I'm Corey McFerrin at the Cell for the full wrap-up. Join Blackjack McDowell and me for highlights, interviews, and analysis right after the game.
And want to see the Sox at the Cell? You still may be able to get tickets after the game.
Back up, yes it's on. Word is born to the break of dawn. Got the mic in my hand and the crowd is mine. Let me spit it to you one more time.
With its heavy power and muscular styling.
Nice car, mister.
Nice bike. It can make anyone feel like one bad dude. Charger, unleashed.
It's Nina, right?
Right.
Which one of these phones looks like it comes with a great network?
I don't know.
Okay. Which one feels like it comes with a great network?
No idea.
Exactly, because you can't really tell unless you hear the network.
Hear for yourself how great our network is. Put it to the test for 30 days.
Not even the sniff test helps.
U.S. Cellular. We connect with you. Right now, get 2 free Motorola camera phones.
Some like things warm. Others cool. Which is why the Lexus ES is available with heated and ventilated front seats and dual-zone climate control. So at least in one place, everyone is guaranteed to feel comfortable. At your Chicago area Lexus dealer.
Bud Black, the pitching coach of the Angels, talking to Paul Byrd. And Byrd has pitched 6 innings. He has allowed the White Sox 2 runs on 5 hits. Meanwhile, Contreras has allowed 3 runs on 4 hits. Molina's 0 for 2, and he leads off in the 7th.
Molina has really improved the past couple of years offensively.
Had his best year this year.
I'll tell you what, he can extend on the fastball.
3 home runs in the Yankee series.
He'll chase it out of the strike zone up too, but he can tomahawk it.
Here comes an 0-1 from Contreras. Just a nasty pitch, and the count's 0-2.
You may notice the layers. I think he hit one off his foot. That's all Benji needs is another injury. The layers on his left elbow. He was hit by a pitch in Game 3 against the Yankees, and then in Game 4, the slide by Posada that proved to be the winning run. The Yankees winning Game 4 3-2. That caused the trip back to Anaheim. That aggravated that elbow, and Benji is looks like a gladiator. At least his left arm does.
Go back to the hit by pitch in Game 3.
That caught him flush in the elbow.
They were worried initially that that might have broken a bone.
Fastball from Tom Gordon.
Tom Gordon can let it go up there 94, 95 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's smart.
Everybody's getting hit. First it was Crawford on the first foul. Then Molina fouled one off his foot. And now Contreras throws one into the dirt and it catches Pierzynski. Who's next? If I'm the bat boy, I'm going to hide. Huh. There's the progression that Benji Molina has made. Swinging the bat. He's 0 for 3 tonight. This week on Fox NFL Sunday, take a closer look at the Giants' new dynamic duo. It's already a dynamic duo, Eli Manning and Plexico Burress. See if they can lead New York to the Super Bowl. And we'll find out the reason behind Drew Bledsoe's rebirth in Dallas. The Giants in Dallas, a big game this weekend. Plus, Indianapolis Colts star Dwight Freeney goes 10 yards with TB. That's Fox NFL Sunday this week, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Here's Erstad 0 for 2. Rivera to follow, 11 straight, retired by Contreras. 1 ball, 1 strike. Artie Moreno, the owner of the Angels, guy who was really behind the name change. There were the LA Angels in the early 60s, the California Angels till 96. There's a little floater into center field, and Rowan can't get to it. Erstad has his first hit, and he's 1 for 3, and that's why they love Aaron Rowan. He will go all out, back, forward, left, right to try to make a play.
He made that play relatively close. Hit off the end of the bat. A broken bat by Erstad, but an excellent jump by Rowan.
He sure did. Got an excellent jump, extended, did a nice job of actually shielding the ball from going by him with his body.
So it's a 1-out single for Erstad. And Juan Rivera digs his way in. For the Angels, that's their first hit since the 3rd. Scooped by Pierzynski.
That trial, by the way, about the name change will be January 9th of 2006. But what if the judge rules that they have to go back to the Anaheim Angels? I guess he can't rule that, right?
Yeah.
What a job Artie's done over there with his franchise up.
Oh, absolutely.
A record for home attendance this year for the franchise. Erstad running, looking toward home plate, still makes it down to second. A stolen base for Erstad, and that is his first of the postseason.
Darren from Jamestown, North Dakota, was a punter at Nebraska and plays the game about as hard as anybody. So saw that promo with Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw. I mean, there's nobody with a football mentality anymore in baseball than Darren Erstad.
Exactly. Very intense.
Yeah.
Plays to win. Plays the game hard.
He singled. He steals second. Juan Rivera now with a chance on a 2-0 count to add to the lead. It's 2-1. Darren Erstad, here's what he looked like punting for Nebraska. Throws left, punts left. And he downed it inside the 5. Some NFL teams could use that. Trying to kick an extra point, ends up catching a touchdown.
Very nice play.
Just how they drew it up. And Rivera pops it up, right side. Erstad will hold that second, out number 2. So Rivera's 0 for 3, and the inning will fall to Steve Finley.
Finley struggled this year with the